Today we're talking things we do together as a couple.
And beaching with kids.
Stay tuned to find out.
Hello and welcome to Couple Chat.
Where we
Parents.
discuss topics for you.
Parents. I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. Let's chat. This week's episode is going to be a little bit different. Just because we've been getting a lot of feedback lately on how people are enjoying seeing us as a couple, being able to do couple chat, and they are just impressed that we're able to spend this kind of time together and really, have a hobby that we can share. And I introduced the idea on giving people pointers or activities that we do other than couple chat so that they could, do that with their significant other and I don't know, they could even give us some suggestions in the comments. But so if you wanted to start just kind of going through some of the stuff we do together, we can kind of throw it back and forth. I think this was going to be like marriage entertainment because a lot of the things we do involve entertainment, but go ahead.
I think that probably one of the most major things that we do that sets us apart from a lot of couples that we know is the fact that we game and we do that in a couple of different ways. We either play co-op games together, or I'll game and you'll read, or you'll game and I'll find something to do.
Write a script.
Yeah.
Edit a film. Mainly write a script.
Right.
Draw.
Yeah, I mean, lots of random creative things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't find a lot of people that we know, especially as we get older, do any of that. Like, they don't game together. If they do game, it's like usually the husband or the boyfriend, male counterpart in that relationship, and they're usually doing it away from their loved one.
Yeah.
It's strange to me. I think one of the reasons why we got together was because we were interested in the same hobbies.
Yeah.
There were other ones that grew, but yeah, I would say that's like a big one that we do, and I think more couples should.
Yeah.
Not just some, like, oh, well, you're gonna watch some silly show and I'm gonna be on my phone or something like that. One of the big things that we do too that's very different from a lot of couples, I'm gonna say 95% of couples, is the fact that we do not use our phones at this time of the night. We need to really be better with that in parenting.
Yeah.
But we put our phones on our chargers and we don't have them. We
leave it in the kitchen. We have like a hub space in the kitchen. In our old place, it was really hard because it was all the way across the apartment. But the one before that, we literally had it right by the door. As soon as you walked in the door, you placed your things down and you didn't look at it again.
Yeah.
Like, we made it a point to have that hub. So it was kind of like you take your shoes off, you take your keys, you put them on the hook, you take your phone out, you put it on the charger or on whatever storage thing we had. I like that we still have that implemented, especially because it shows the kids, like, okay, you take your shoes, you take your keys off, and then you put your phones down. Like, they don't have phones. They're 2 and 4. But, like, this is just, like, something we do try to still do when we're having family time.
We definitely have to be better about it throughout the day.
Yeah.
Strangely, we are, like, 100% still in it at night.
Yeah.
But I do find that, and maybe it's just because we're just living our normal lives and we don't take it into consideration, but I feel like more so during the day we have to implement that. But that's a tale for another time.
Yeah. But I definitely do still like that we do that we put the phones on the hub and we don't really touch them.
It helps to be engaged with each other.
Well, what I was going to say was too, like reading a book, like I use a Kindle, but my Kindle is not connected to the internet. I'm not on there buying things or shopping around. I am in my book.
You have an e-ink Kindle. It's not meant for that. It's not just a tablet. Because I also see that a lot where like couples will trade their phone for a tablet. And now you're just sitting on the couch still ignoring your significant other because you're just on a bigger phone.
Yeah, just a bigger screen.
Like
that's still going to hurt your eyes.
Yeah.
Like my Kindle has a special, warm light. So like, being in the theater, you were playing a game, that light's going to help my eyes not strain,
right,
but also not distract you. And then when you draw or when you're writing, yes, you use your laptop, but typically you don't really use the internet when you're writing.
It's funny, again, since we're talking about this, a while back, I was looking into my own e-ink tablets, and having this conversation right now makes me think more about doing it again because of the fact that it allows us to disconnect and it allows us to focus on one thing.
Yeah.
I have talked about like one device life a few times before, and I like that concept, but then I dislike it in the sense of then we're always connected all the time, everywhere we are. And it's just, that's the downfall of that.
Yeah.
Whereas I guess in a one device life, I care more about on the like daytime side of things.
Yeah.
If
like
that
the
makes any
working
sense.
side of it, the entertainment side of it.
Like, I don't want to take 7 devices with me when I go out.
No.
No
way.
Phones have made that simpler, but I'm a content creator and a video producer, so I have a ton of equipment with me when I go out.
Yeah.
But depending on what a client wants, I use my phone a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting into the weeds. So gaming is a huge thing that we do together, and by all means, like I said, other couples I think should try it.
Yeah.
If you haven't, or you've thought about it, or you're kind of like on the fence about it, just try it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to be able to, it allows you to interact with your partner on a whole different level.
Even if like you're not an avid gamer, like, yes, I gamed before you, but I gamed Nintendo. Like I had a Wii, I played Smash, I wasn't doing like in-depth story-based games like you were, and you introduced me to that. Like I played through Assassin's Creed 1, 2. I don't think I finished 3, but I've played BioShock. I've played all these games since being with you because you've introduced me to a whole new side of narrative gaming that I've dove deep myself and love and just will play that now, as opposed to before where I was just like, oh, I'm doing Zelda or, Smash or Pokemon. Like those are still mainstays in my heart and my mind, but like we don't really have access to right now. But at the same time, I like those other stories you've introduced me to. So even if you're not a gamer or like, I don't know, just ask. Just be like, hey, can you just like crash course me through this? Or like, hey, I want to spend more time with you. Can you show me how to do this so we can do it together?
Well, that's why we play so many different types of games.
Yeah.
Because we do get bored of playing a whole story-based game because sometimes it's time consuming and we don't want to do that. We want to shut our brains off at night. Yeah. So that's why we have games like Jackbox and Overcooked and
Baldur's Gate and
Baldur's Gate's a little more in depth, which I think is why the reason I don't like to play it as often as some of those others.
Well, Gauntlet 2 or Dead Nation, those are fun.
I feel like those are more obscure that people aren't going to pick up.
Yeah.
But if, like that Jackbox, Overcooked, those types of games, I think people are more inclined to play.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. Oh, Rock Band, that's a little more in depth, but anybody can play it and it's so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
I
think that's too, I don't know, just gaming in general is fun. Yeah. And if not video games, board games.
Oh yeah, we
do
still
a game
do
night.
that. Yeah.
We love game nights. We will crack out a board game. We just did Encore the other night with my cousin.
However, we tend to not do that as a couple.
No, but I mean, there are couples who can be pretty competitive.
Sure.
And I mean, you can make it, you know, who's going to do this chore or whatever. Like, you can put spins on it, or, you know, winner cleans the dishes.
Winner takes it all.
Or winner or loser cleans the dishes.
Winner cleans the dishes.
Yeah. Loser goes and gets ice cream, or, you know what I mean? Like, loser has to.
What are you trying to say right now?
You're the loser. Go get ice cream.
I'm a loser?
You lost the game. Damn.
I actually didn't until you said
I lost the game. Anyway, but yeah, I really love board games, and like, yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean like like just two in a couple. You could do it on a double date night. You could do it with family and friends, neighbors even.
But forget about just that. There's also the couple games that we've invested in. So like, we tend to not play normal board games when it's just the two of us, but we play couple games sometimes.
Right.
We
most likely. And
yeah, we bought these couple games, you know, back Valentine's Day, I think, is when I bought them for you.
Yeah, check out that episode. We went through all those games and
some of them
broke them down.
Yeah, but yeah, so those are two good ways. And then I mean, we do binge shows and watch movies and stuff like that. But again, I feel like we're more connected. I mean, this is just a rule for me as a film connoisseur and, you know, person. I don't want to see a phone at all. Like,
no.
If you're watching something with me, you need to be dedicated to watching it. That is the, you know, how it needs to be. And you're fine. That's not something you have to worry about with you.
Oh no. Proper etiquette.
Yeah.
I am all the way with that.
Exactly. You know, your cousin, she's pretty good with that, but it took, you know, her training.
Like she's a puppy or a kitten.
Yeah. But it's just
we do have some friends that it's like they're, you know, someone texts them and they look at it, or someone calls them and it's like don't people know you're hanging out with us, and like you can't just wait. Like, how much longer is really left in this? Like, you can't just like let it buzz or just like wait. It's one thing if it's an emergency. If you have children, I get it. You're not going to turn your phone off. Yeah. But like, unless it's an absolute emergency or you're like waiting for that call or text, like 2 hours isn't going to kill you.
Yeah. I don't want to get too into this whole phone thing. 'Cause I'm just saying that for us anyway, as a couple, it strengthens our relationship and allows that time together to be more focused, you know? So if we're going to watch a movie or something, we're not being distracted by something else. We're actually sitting here watching the movie, you know? Right. Or the show or whatever the case is. Even in between, you know, like if we're watching a show and we get to, you know, we finish an episode and it's like, instead of us going, oh, I have to go pee, and then the other person sits there and goes like this for a while, like usually you're the peer, so you disappear and you go off and pee, and I kind of just sit there and chill for a minute. It like gives me time to like decompress and like let my brain kind of like wander, you know. It's forced boredom, and it's awesome. So like there's so many good reasons to like not have your phones when you're together. And so those are some other things we do. Do you know of anything else that's a big one?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
So right now, you know, the kids are here. They're at the house.
Are they?
They're not in camp or anything, but school is about to start.
Oh God, I never ever thought I would say how excited I am for school to start.
When you become a parent.
Oh man, why do summers exist? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
School should just be year round. I don't get it. You have to work year round. Yeah, like I don't understand who came up with this schedule.
Well, that's what I was telling my cousin. I was like, enjoy the summers while you have them. You're a senior in high school. Like, you ain't gonna have many more summers to come.
Right. If I ever become a president or anyone of importance, I'm changing that. So.
You're gonna give everyone summers, or you're gonna give everyone full year of school.
Oh, I never thought of going the other way around, where like jobs are closed.
Shut down.
Yeah, that won't work though.
I feel like it could for certain industries.
Maybe, but
And
that's...
then okay, so if you're going to give a mandatory summer, you can give those 2 months to people to choose at a different time of the year. You know what I mean?
Oh, like
a float.
Yeah.
Like, okay, banker, Banker Joe, obviously you cannot...
Banker Joe.
You may not be able to have a summer because the bank has to stay open.
Yeah.
But, like, here's your 2 months. Use it whenever you want. You know what I mean? I feel like that's
the banker is what you choose. See, I'm thinking about like restaurants and stuff. Yeah, just in general restaurants.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
And like beaches, like there's so many jobs, Jackie. You can't just shut down the whole world for 2 months.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, beaches, those people don't work during the year. They only work during the summer. They're off the rest of the year.
Depends on what state you live in.
True.
You're just thinking about Yoisy.
Yoisy.
Anyway,
that's an idea. But yes, with summer ending and school starting, those nice little lunch dates.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Yeah,
even if it's just in your dining room, and you both walk away from your work from home space, and you go in there and you made a plan, like this is what we're gonna make, or this is what we're gonna pick up or deliver or whatever. Yeah, I love those little lunch dates. I love that reconnection in the middle of our day, especially because, like, I feel like for me it helps. Like, yeah, being at a job and calling you during my break is fine.
Yeah, it's not the same.
But it's not the same. It's nice to be able to, like, touch you and kiss you and, like, share a meal with you.
Yeah, and not have to, be interrupted by children.
Yeah, or anyone. Yeah. Like, I mean... Those nice little lunches are something that I'm definitely going to be looking forward to. Yeah. Because that is Emma's nap time as well. So
yeah.
It should all work out.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful. But yeah, that's something that I think, like, as a couple, if you work close together or if you're work from home, I feel like that'll definitely decompress and reconnect you. And yeah. Because I know it does work wonders for us. So once they're here. So yeah, definitely. That was something. Even just like, I was thinking it before, because that one birthday where, dinner got kind of messed up and we literally just sat at the park eating Taco Bell. Like, that to me is perfect. 100% enough. Like, I don't need fancy.
Are you gonna cry now?
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not.
I was getting like happy tears, but now they've gone away.
Oh, sorry. I was just observing the fact that you were getting emotional.
Yeah. Happy emotional, like.
Obviously.
Okay. I don't know. It's just, I don't need crazy candlelit dinner, $500 dinner.
I mean, I candlelight just a random night sometimes.
That's what I mean. Like, but I don't need anything extravagant to know that, like, we're strong, we love each other, and that, being together is really what helps. Yeah.
I agree with you. And build the theater if you'd like.
Yes. Yeah. Dark space for you both to fall asleep during a movie.
Yeah, happens more often than we'd like to admit.
Sometimes I'll fall asleep reading my book.
Yes, and I'll fall asleep playing my game.
Or watching a show or a movie or anything. You usually fall asleep. Lately. Yep.
That's what happens when the grays start to come in.
Well, that's what happens when you're getting up at the 8 crack of dawn with children.
Yeah, well, somebody has to. Is that an episode we're going to go over?
Yeah, but I stay up late to make sure they're breathing.
I stay up late too.
I'm up a lot later than you.
No.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll clock it tonight.
Yeah. How? How will we?
I'll tell you what time I went to sleep, and you tell me what time you remember going to sleep.
Okay. All I know is last night we both fell asleep at the same time, and it was not when we thought either of us were going to fall asleep.
Oh, well, I mean, that's another pastime, too.
Oh, my goodness. Falling asleep together? We do that often. Anyway. So something else happened this week. My sister and her kids came. Well, two of the kids. One of them did not. Yeah, I don't know if he watches this. But anyway, they came, and unfortunately, I was quite busy. I just have a lot going on with my business and client work and things like that. I couldn't just put that stuff aside. Generation hack for any of you that listened to last week's episode or have been paying attention to Hahn Films, and here are the Hahns social media. Yeah, so I just unfortunately couldn't turn all that off. You know, the qualms with being the owner of your own business, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But I'm learning to fix that, hopefully. Anyway, so they were here, and you spent a lot more time with them than I did, but you guys went to the beach. And I know that's, you know, has become kind of tradition. They come every summer around this time of year, and you guys go to the beach. And last year, I think I had more time, so I took my nephews and Nate to the boardwalk theme park area, and you and the girls, Emma, were at the beach. But this year, because I was working, you took Nate with you. Emma's a little older. I was like, they should be fine. So how'd that go?
As to be expected.
There was sand.
There was lots of sand.
Yeah. Was it coarse?
It was coarse.
Did it get everywhere?
It got everywhere, including the pound that came out of Emma's bathing suit later that night. Yeah. It was all over the tub. It was great. Better than last year, because last year was pretty hard because Emma was just hand sand, like, oh my God. It was, and all I would hear is like the crunch.
She was only 1.5.
I know. She just didn't get it. And then like, we didn't have an umbrella, so I bought like a regular umbrella, and it kept falling, and just, it was really annoying. You got mad at me last year, but I bought a beach umbrella on sale.
I only got mad at you because you hate the beach, and after last year, you were like, I'm not doing this again. Forget it. We're not going to the beach anymore. You know, I'm just going to tell Melanie we got to do something else when they come.
But as you stated, it's tradition.
Yeah.
So.
For the whitest person in the room.
Yeah. Listen, I understand tradition.
Can I?
It was honestly one of those things where I was just like, if I'm going to be the responsible one to bring the umbrella for myself and my child, I need to have my own. Like I can't rent one. It's too much to rent one at these beaches because you not only have to rent the umbrella and the chair, but you also have to pay to get on the beach. Welcome to New Jersey. So it's just, it racks up. It's an expensive day. So if I can save a little bit of money and bring my own umbrella.
But you had to buy it.
I did, but once, not every single year.
Once, twice.
And it's funny too, because like when I got out there and I started setting up, your sister goes, oh man, I forgot my umbrella this year. And it was like, so we could have had 2 umbrellas and even covered more space, but we only had 1.
She had one last year?
Oh yeah, she has one every year.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny that she wound up forgetting it this year.
Right. But yeah, no, it was better. I came more prepared. My cousin had a beach chair, so we had that. So we were able to kind of like set up like a chair area. So if we needed to sit the kids up. Yeah. A chair, yeah. So if we were able to like set that up and, you know, put the kids up there if we needed to, like while they were eating snack or putting their shoes back on, whatever, that worked out. And I came prepared for the snacks. The snacks is the big thing. Cause like these kids can eat through a grocery store. And you got to come prepared. I literally had...
Eat through a grocery store, very specific things.
Correct. But I literally had like 5 snacks for each kid.
Yeah.
Sandwiches for each kid.
Are you including yourself and your cousin in that?
I did give my cousin a snack. I gave her a cheese stick. I was like, hey, there were 4. Here you go. But the sandwich, yes, I had a sandwich. Snacks, no, I kind of picked at theirs.
Did you?
Yeah, because I didn't bring enough for the 3 of us. There weren't enough. There wasn't enough for the 3 of us. So I just... yeah, but I think honestly, like the snacks helped. And then we got this sand bucket like years ago.
Yeah.
When Nate was first born. And this sand bucket really helped kind of like distract them because Nate was like, I'm not going in the water. I don't want to go in the water.
Yeah.
Like, no water, please. And then Emma was like, I want to go in the water. And then she got to the water's edge and like the waves, you know, how they like slide up. She was like, no water, no. And
Great.
I was like,
is she going to be afraid of it now?
I literally was standing behind her, holding her up. When the water would come, I would pick her up and then put her down as it was going away. And she was just like, I done. I was like, okay. It was great.
Where was Nate?
He was up with Melanie and the kids because they were, you know, we swapped. They went in the water for a little while and then came back and they were like, hey, you want to go in? And I was like, sure. Emma wanted to come. We didn't go in very far. We just got to like our shins, like mid shin, and then that was it. It was great. But the sand toys really helped because I also brought a tin to put ocean water in. So I put ocean water in and walked it up to them. I put ocean water in the buckets, walked it up to them, poured it in the tin, and then they were able to like wet the sand around us and be able to build things and stuff like that. So I think they really enjoyed that part. They were actually, they were content for a long time, which was nice. Good. Yeah. And then Nate started walking around kicking sand and throwing sand. And at one point poured sand on your nephew's face.
That's nice.
While he was laying down. And I was like, okay, so we're getting to the end here. I guess he's bored. Cool. And so the beach that we went to, I made a point to go to this beach because I knew they had playgrounds.
Yeah, you had a backup plan.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, and I had a way to get him off the beach.
Right.
Because it was like, okay, so let's pack up and let's go to the playground now. So we packed up, we went over to the playground and...
Everybody?
Yep. We all were, you know, it was kind of like, oh, okay, Nate's throwing sand and doing this. And I was like, well, we're going to go up there. And they're like, okay, we'll pack up. And I was like, all right. So we just packed up everything, you know, kind of put it on the ground by the, you know, entrance to it. And they had a blast. Emma and Nate going up and down slides and through the tunnel and the pirate ship. And
cool.
It was fun. And then getting them to the car.
This is with anything, though.
Yeah.
Any place we go. Except Chuck E. Cheese the last time.
They were very good about leaving Chuck E. Cheese.
Which was weird.
Time. Very weird. But no, we literally had to like drag them away. Yeah. Emma had to be put up on someone's shoulders because she wouldn't leave. And then Nate like had to be dragged. It was, you know, fun.
Dragged.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like holding his hand. And then he tried to stop in the middle of the street while we were crossing. And it's like, dude, like, yeah, they have to stop for you because it's like beach town. Like, you should yield to pedestrians. But like, you cannot stop and throw a fit in the middle of the street. Like, no, it's not happening. So where we parked right across the street from another park. Didn't know that this park was there. Didn't know how close this park was. But we parked right across from it. And I said to them, I was like, oh, this is a cool park. When we got there. Well, when we went to leave, they're like, I want to go to the park. It's like, I'm done. Get me out of here. Like, aren't you hungry? Don't you have sand everywhere? Like, let's go.
They don't care about those things.
They did not.
That They're not my children.
They are.
They're not Anakin Skywalker's children.
But yeah, got them in the car, drove home 5 minutes from the house, and Emma's like droopy head and drool dripping out of her mouth, sleeping. And Nate's head is up and he's like looking longingly out the window, like dreamy eyed and basically falling asleep.
Ready to go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's 6:00. 6 p.m. You go to bed in an hour and a half. Yep. Get up. Like, get out of this car. So my cousin picked Emma up out of the car seat, still asleep, and put her in the tub. Right. Like, just brought her inside. It was like, all right, kid, you're getting clean. Like, she had sand in every place that she shouldn't. And it was just...
This is what humans want to do. They want to go to the beach and act like it's recreation. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't like it either, but...
Uh-oh. My sister's like one of our only fans.
No, I love your sister.
Stop saying that.
Oh, my God. Listeners?
Sure.
Okay. No, honestly, I love spending time with her, and, like, I'm down to do it once a year. It's not that big of a deal. I just don't like the repercussions, like the sandy showers and the sandy children and the annoying children when it comes. Oh my gosh. Emma literally filled one of the buckets up with sand, like she was in a bathtub, and then picked it up and poured it into her mouth. And I was like, no. Like, why are you doing that? It's
sand.
It's sand. She has no clue.
What did she do?
She just... and I'm like...
She liked it.
I don't know. And, like, I didn't hear the crunching, which I guess, like, I don't know. And then she goes...
With, like, sand in her mouth?
Yeah. And then when we were eating snacks, oh my God, it was the hardest thing to like get them to not touch the sand while they were eating their snacks. Yeah. So I was on a towel, and when I washed Emma's hands off, I wrapped her in her towel that was clean still, and like put the towel on her lap so like she could like eat on her lap. She literally touch the sand. And I was like, I just wiped your hands. You just got clean. And I have the snack in my hand to give you. And you're like, seriously? She just puts her hand in the sand and licks it. Like, why?
Hand in the sand.
Why? And then Nate did the same thing. I was washing his hands, and then he like got in like the muddy sand because I brought the water over, right? He got in the wet sand and like got it all again. And he goes, Mommy, look, you need to clean my hands again. I was like, bruh, you want to eat a snack with sand? By all means. I'm not doing it again. So my cousin had to like come and recon me because I don't know what I would have done. But he cleaned his hands, he ate his snacks, and then he started kicking sand. And I was like, all right, so this is how this is going. Cool. 4 hours. 4 hours.
I mean, that's a long time.
It is.
And sounds like most of it was all right.
Yeah. No, they have fun. And like I said, we were there with family, so tradition. Yeah. And then this cool playground, and then we did not play at the playground by the car because they were both cranky and I was done. So I told them another day.
This place definitely sounds like... So it was... Where was it?
Belmar Beach.
Yeah. So it sounds like there is better than where we usually go.
Oh,
because of the playground.
They literally have a playground every 5 blocks on the beach.
Yeah.
Like, they make it a point for this beach to be family friendly. It's like... When you look up Belmar Beach, this is like part of their advertising. Like, family friendly. We make it a point to be clean. And they were pretty clean. And there is a playground every 5 blocks. And you could see them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We could have gone the other way, like to the left to get to that playground. It was a bit further away. But, I mean, we literally sat right in front of the pirate ship.
Nice.
So, that was nice.
I'm surprised they didn't want to go to it right away.
They did. And then I was like, well, we have to set up our stuff first Because like we were all carrying stuff, like beach bag, and I had the umbrella and the beach chair, and my cousin had like the diaper bag and all the junk, like the basket of sand toys.
Yeah.
I was like, no. We are not playing on this playground yet.
The kids weren't carrying anything?
Please. They didn't even want to carry their waters.
No, never.
Too heavy, mama. But yeah,
that's a reel right there.
Mm-hmm.
You have all this stuff on and you're walking on the beach and it's like, my water's too heavy. And it's just, they show it. Cuts to you and you're like a pack mule.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
Or like a theme park or something.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we set up everything first. And then when they saw what they could do with the sand stuff, they got distracted and forgot.
Gotcha.
That was
Success.
The plan. Yes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how y'all do it. These people who go to the beach every day or week or whatever all summer with their kids. Like,
I think it's one of those things where it probably sucked for a little while, but you just keep at it. And then eventually they get used to it and they know what their limits are and they understand it.
Well, I feel like too, like there's certain beach people who just know how to beach.
Yeah.
That like, I am not one of them.
Yeah.
And like the one friend I saw the other day, she was like, oh yeah, we went to the beach 4 times this week. And I was like, with her 1.5-year-old, I was like, how? I couldn't even do it once this summer with these two. Like 4 times in a week? Holy macaroni, that's a lot.
How do you keep them busy?
Again, she must beach. Like that's
she must beach. I mean, she does. She went 4 times in 1 week.
But that's what I mean. Like she's just,
yeah,
you know, avid beach person.
She's beaching.
Yeah. So yeah, give us those tips because who knows? I might go more if I will enjoy it. Listen,
to get your
I'm
tan,
pale. Yeah, to get my burn on. I am pale. I am ghostly pale. It's okay though.
Jackie, where are you? Oh, there you are.
No, people tell me I'm the reflection of the sun when I lay out in it. What's the point? I don't want to blind anyone. What if the lifeguards can't see anyone drowning? Anyway, but yeah, that was our entertainment for the week. We went to the beach. We also, you know, hung out and had dinner, played Jackbox. They brought some pretty cool stuff for the kids to play with. And
yes.
Yeah, I think we had a really good time.
Yeah.
Miss them already. But,
definitely.
You know, looking forward to the next time.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Cool. Well, if you guys have any other thoughts about couples, things to do, and if you can make our lives easier at the beach, let us know.
Please. Please.
Until next time, I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie.
Here are the Hahns signing out.
Thank you so much for listening to Couple Chat. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify or YouTube Music. You could even subscribe to our YouTube channel where you could see this episode in video. Thank you to Hahn Films for editing and producing this episode. Let's chat soon.